When we started attending the Champion Center a year and a half ago, we heard Pastor Tom preach a message on tithing from Malachi 3:10. It says to bring the whole tithe into the storehouse and to test God. My husband and I have been tithing ever since. I'm very diligent in the tracking of our finances. I even started a God bank account that all of our tithes goes directly in from our paychecks. There have been months we were going to be in the red, but God always provides through a coupon, overtime, bonuses, or an unexpected blessing. Have the courage to tithe joyfully with an open heart. God never fails.
There are many facets of being a Christian, and one of the greatest things you can do as being a Christian is be a giver. I found it in my life to give is also to receive. If you keep giving from your heart, things will happen. God has just blessed me with a 33% increase of a brand new job. In the tough times that we are going through, only He can provide.
7 years ago, I got saved and I was called to be a missionary to Africa. When I heard Christians were supposed to tithe, I just did it knowing it would honor God. As a missionary with Assemblies of God, we have to have minimum debt as well as raise all the funds we need to live on before we go on the field. I applied for an AG Trust scholarship that provides $300 a month for 3 years. I was one of the few awarded the scholarship out of the hundreds that applied. I believe it is a direct result of my tithing and giving. In the kingdom of God, there is no lack. In God's economy, there is no recession.
My husband John and I have practiced tithing since before we were married 22 years ago. And during that time, we've learned that when you give God the first 10%, that He blesses the rest even more. So we've prayed and trusted God to provide our basic needs, even Christian education for our children. Last year, during a financially difficult time, we were invited out to dinner. And we're laughing in the car on the way there that we didn't even have money for groceries, and here we were going out to dinner. Well, that man who invited us not only paid for our dinner, but he also slipped John some money afterwards that was enough to pay for our groceries as well as an added expense for my son. Over the last years, we've learned that by tithing faithfully, God has blessed and met all of our needs, more than we could have imagined.